This is an educational example based on my personal approach. Results vary widely, and nothing here guarantees profit or future performance. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. Well, the market gave us a little bit signs of life today. Now, we did get some potential good news that the war may be coming to an end, and the market's just poised and ready. It wants to go up. So when it gets little bursts like that, it shows that there is a hunger to actually have all this behind us and to go up. But how do you trade that? Well, you can really do well if you know how to swing trade, and it's short-term trading. Now, swing trading can also be called momentum trading, but basically all you're doing is you are buying a stock at one price and you are selling it higher. Now, I'm going to show you the nuance and how this works, how you can select an entry and how you can select an exit. But here's the best part about it. This is really simple and beginner friendly. It's a great way to just dive into the market. And the best part about swing trading is it really doesn't matter your account size. You can buy as few or as many shares as you want to or as you're comfortable buying. And it's one way to actually dive into the markets and better understand price movement and how it works. So I'm excited to be able to offer you this today. I think it'll help you in your trading journey. And by the way, if you want help throughout your trading journey, we do lessons like this all week long in the community. There's a whole community of coaches and myself behind you where we answer every question our traders have and we teach them how to trade. Because like I told my community members today, I want you to be able to go and do this for yourself because it is a life skill and I want you to learn it. So if you want to be a part of all that fun, we would absolutely love to have you. There's a little link below the description here. All you've got to do is click that link, answer a few short questions, and then we will work to get you in the community. All right, let's go get into the details so that you can learn the X's and O's of swing trading. First thing you want to do when you're swing trading is identify a quality stock where buyers will show up when the market turns bullish. That's the first thing. So you may want to make a list of those. Currently, I'm looking at NVDA. Buyers typically will show up for NVIDIA. They are a very strong company. They have a lot of cash. They have a strong balance sheet. So you will see companies show up to buy NVIDIA, especially once the market gets the green light to turn bullish again. So as you can see now, we are trading right down here. We had started at the lower part of the Bollinger Band this week, and now you see this nice green candle. This is the movement that is taking place today. So you might want to catch this momentum right up was my strategy on what I did. Now you can trade NVIDIA. You can just buy a share of it and then sell it. I like using the leveraged counterpart when I feel like the stock has switched to bullish because it will provide more price movement for in and out. Now, you may track the mother stock, in this case, NVIDIA, and then you can switch to the leveraged ticker for the actual trade. The leverage ticker that I am using for NVIDIA is NVDL, whereas NVIDIA is well over 100. This one's only at 72, so my buying power goes a little bit further. Also, if you're dealing with leverage tickers, it's best for swing trading because your intent should never be to hold these long. The longer you hold them, then you do risk the natural erosion that takes place with leveraged tickers. Now, let's look at the MACD for entry. Now, I'm looking at NVIDIA. You can actually look at NVDL as well, but it trades very similar to it, especially if you're dealing with the day of dynamics. So you can see right here, this is when the good news happened today and we got that MACD crossover. This would have been a really good time to enter. If you just follow this all the way up, it shows you at that crossover, we were at about 170 on NVIDIA. And then you can see the crossover right here where we crossed back down. If you look up here, your exit would have been at around 173. So that would have been a nice $3 difference that you would have enjoyed in a matter of a few minutes. Now let's do the same with NVDL so you can get a sense for the price action. Here's NVDL. So if you took the trade and you actually purchased NVDL on the crossover, then you come up here and you can see it was trading right around that $69, almost $70 mark. Then if you would have taken your exit right here when it crossed down, that would have been something around $71.50. So not bad for a few minutes of trading. So one thing that you want to consider is you might intend to put this trade on for longer. So I did a limit order for my exit and I did it good till canceled. I'm going to take you to my broker. I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. This portion of the trade will be automated. That way you don't have to worry so much about price action. You just know that it will grab it when the time is right and it hits that level. Now, before I show you the X's and O's of how to do the limit order, let me show you how I selected the strike price at 75. I want you to notice right here, this is the 20-day moving average. It's on the Bollinger Band. It sits at 76. So naturally, when a stock is moving up, there's natural resistance at various moving averages. So this being the 20-day moving average, we might see when it gets up to around that $76 level, it may retreat before it heads higher again. So what I did was I placed my exit right below at 75. So this gives me the opportunity to enjoy a little bit of that movement up, but at the same time, I don't have to hold this longer term and worrying about time decay, especially since I'm dealing with that leveraged ticker. Now you can see right here the actual purchase I made today. This is very beginner friendly and it does not require a lot of money. Like I said, this cost me $356, almost $357 to actually get in the trade. I purchased 5 shares for $71.39, and then here is my limit order to sell them when it reaches $75. Let me show you how to set a limit order if you want to automatically take an exit when it reaches the price that you're comfortable letting it go. Once you go to the trade ticket, what you do is you go ahead and you fill out the information. I'm wanting to sell 5 shares of NVDL. And what you want to do right here is you want to select limit. This is going to allow you to put in the price that you want to sell it at. So for me, I put in 75. But then when it comes to time in force, you more than likely want it to go over just one day because otherwise this order will expire at the end of the day if it doesn't get filled. So what you want to do is do good till canceled. And then that way it will go ahead and stay out there as an open order until NVDL reaches 75. And now there's something else you can do if you're worried about this ticker symbol pulling back too much and you don't want to lose too much money. You could do the opposite. You could do an order that allows you to go ahead and sell it at a stop loss. So to do that, instead of a limit order, you would want to select stop loss at that point, and then you would put your stop price in here. Now, for me personally, if I get a stock low enough on that Bollinger Band, I will not worry so much about the stop if I'm dealing with a smaller quantity because I could always add to it to lower my average, especially if I'm going really small on the number of shares. Or I could hold on to it just a little bit longer, knowing that it is more than likely to go up if it's a quality company and I got it at a really low price. Now, if you wanted both a take profit and a stop loss, you could do a conditional order. And this allows you to go ahead and put both sides of the equation in. Now, this is perfect if you're really busy and you don't have time to watch it. Let me show you how you would fill this out to go ahead and do a take profit, but then also have a stop loss. Now, here's how that trade would look. You see my original trade right here. This is the sell order to take profit at 75, good till canceled. Well, here is order B. Now, if order B executes first, it will cancel order A. If order A executes first, it will cancel order B. But this helps you so you don't have to constantly watch it. So here is the order B. I have the sell order in for my 5 shares. My stop loss is set at 70. So remember, I made that purchase at 71. If it hits 70 or below, it will go ahead and execute the order. Now down here, it gives you the details. So if you have more than just the 5 shares, which I do, it's going to adjust this in Fidelity and it's blending your entire share amount together. Let's go put in one more order with a different ticker symbol so you can see how this works. This is ticker symbol Google, and you can see Google in a similar dynamic. It was trading at the bottom of the band, and it's finally starting to go up a little. So if you're comfortable accepting Google at this price, you could trade Google, or you could do the leveraged counterpart. Here's a leveraged counterpart. This is GOU. And if you look right here, if I were to make the purchase now at around 1963, I might set that exit right here at this potential level of resistance at around 2140, so I would probably do 21. Let me go ahead and make this purchase and then I'll set the order. I will have my exit right here at around $18 if we go backwards. All right, I'm about to make the purchase. It looks like it'll be $196 is what it'll cost me to make this purchase. And we've received a fill right here, 10 shares GOU at 1963. Now let's put in our order so we can just set it and forget it. When you're filling out your order ticket, you do conditional. And now we'll put in our conditions. First, we're selling 10 shares. Now, you don't have to do all 10. You can adjust this and just do 5 and let the other 5 run. But my limit order right here, remember, I want it to sell at that $21 level. Here's that. And then for my stop loss, I wanted to put it at that $18 level. Now, if you preview the order, it's going to show you the dynamics of the trade. So my potential loss is 1630 if this trade works against me. My potential gain is 1370. So if you want, you can leave it like this, or if you want to ensure that your potential gain is higher than your potential loss, then you can adjust it accordingly. So if I were going to do that, I'd go back in here, and then I may change it right here. Instead of 21, maybe I'll do 23. So here you can see this is a better risk to reward dynamic. You see here the loss would be 1630 if we slide backwards, and if we forge ahead, then my gain on this trade will be 3370. I like this dynamic because it makes my reward twice as much as my potential loss, and that's a good risk to reward dynamic when you're swing trading. And now when you go back into your broker, you see right here, everything's set. Both orders are set, and I will just leave this alone and it'll take care of itself. Either I'll lose a little or I'll make twice as much. For those of you that are seeing me for the first time, be sure to press that subscribe button. I try to drop different gems all the time on different ways to trade. I want to make sure that anyone that is watching me actually leaves my videos with a bit of knowledge that can help them in the future. Remember, if you're with me, Trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, if you want constant real-time support throughout the entire trading day, just come join my community. I would love to have you. If you want to watch another video I recently did to help you learn how to trade through the chop, you can watch that right here.